warm up. So this is like going to be us walking through the progression of the 4-step swing. So your goal though is to hit right here. It's just because we're working on swing doesn't mean we can't work on like hand-eye coordination as well. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through steps. So set, 2, A, B, C. Like you're just going to stop at each one. Yep. Okay. Yeah, you're like, okay, what are the steps? Okay, so you're going to give me a load set, low back, stride, okay, 2, okay, good, A with your front elbow, and then with the back. Good. Okay, so make sure when you go low, your back heel is as far, like, to the punchers as you get it. Okay, yeah, because we don't want it to be like here, that means that we're going to use every single part of our head. Get your back heel to be there. Make sure your 2, when you do your 2, you actually feel some sort of turn instead of it just sliding. There, okay? Try it. Load set. 2. A. B. Good. Load set. 2. A. B. Good. Okay. One thing that we work on is your set. 2. Once your A, make sure your barrel is starting to get. Because if you get to A and you're moving just move this way, by the time you actually try to do looking back here, instead of letting your ball travel. Makes sense? Okay, one more please. Load set. 2. A. B. Good, good. So now I'm going to take away your A. So this is a load set to hit. Obviously do it, but like stop. Load set. 2. Hit. Good. Are you hitting that? Yeah. Load set. 2. Hit. Okay, so I'm going to take away your 2. You're just going to load set. Hit. Load set. Hit. Good. Load set. Hit. Good. Okay, so step 0, where you're just going to have your heels on the ground. And then you load and go on your own. Okay, try to feel all those steps. Go for it. Good. Okay, one more thing that we're going to use the bag, timing-wise. So when we get to our set, the ball should be leaving the pitcher's hand. So we're going to simulate that with this bag. So like this is where the pitcher is just sitting out. When I put my hand in the fist, she put her hand and presented it. Hand goes up, it's like her going up, slapping the bag and she got it up. Okay? Sound wise, it should be, if it's like too fast, right? If it's too slow. Okay, so try to see if that timing, still aiming for that middle left hand. Yep, so between yours and, yep, 0. Low. Early on time or late? Walk your steps first. So you're going to go load set. 2. A. B in contact. So you got your elbow, or your shoulder, elbow, and knees all in line. So that's good. Barrels below, hands through C. Good. And make our hands calm down. Good. Step 4. Okay, do one more time for me. Load set. 2. B, good, C, 4, all the way around. Okay, so swing that as hard as you can 5 times in a row. Hard as you can. There. 3, 4, I'm really trusting that. 5. All right, switch it, same thing. So this bat's a lot heavier than that one. So really make sure that your mechanics don't change based off of that and really still drive your elbow through. Swing 5 times. 1, hard as you can. 2, good. You should hear the whoosh. 3, 4, 5. All right. Switch up. Do it again. So that one's way lighter, so you should feel better. Use your legs, not your arms, to swing that. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. 5. All right. Last round. Make sure when you step, your leg isn't going. Really make sure that when I stride, every time my heel is behind my toe. Because if I get in the habit on like that third or fourth swing, well, soon enough now I'm swinging like this. So 5 more. Good. 1 more. Good. Jump. That's it. Okay. Two. Okay. So, but I'll walk. It's okay. You knew what you were doing though. Okay. So we're gonna start with your low set. Good. 2 is your heel. Good. And then you're gonna throw the frisbee as hard as you can. Good. Frisbee should go straight. Okay. Thank you. If the frisbee goes, so set up like you're ready to like actually get there. So if the frisbee goes that way, that means that we pulled our shoulder really hard and we threw it that way. Okay? So we go back. Get your 2 again. If the frisbee goes that direction, that means I went here and then this elbow stayed and I just threw it out there. So I really want to make sure that in space where my elbow is right now, my hand is going to replace that and then I'm going to toss it forward. Okay? So that's like immediate feedback if you throw it the wrong direction. Okay? So go again. Load set. 2. Throw. Good. Straight as a bird. Look at you go. All right. So now I'm going to do that like 5 or 6 times, and then we're going to progress. So I'm going to take away your 2. So we're going to go load set. Throw. Wow, Kenzie. Do it again. Never left. So again, it's like you never left. You do that again, probably 5 or 6 times. Okay. But now you're going to start. So you have a unique one where you start back. Some people would just obviously start here, but that's okay. So you start back, go with your low, and give me a full throw to the middle of the net. Nice. That make sense? Yep. All right, good job. When you hit this ball, it should be going in an upward angle. It shouldn't be going down. So try again. Good. So that's straight through. One more. Good. Good. So like the first ones went down, yeah. So that's kind of the problem. Okay. So then we're gonna do it through extension. Okay. So you're gonna do the same thing. Your bottom hand, but you're gonna make sure that you get through contact, and then your finish will get to contact point. Make it here. Make sure your contact point is here. It's not straight up, but it's also not straight down. Okay. Okay. Extension. Good. One more. Okay. So make sure that first one was the best result of where the ball went. Okay. So top hand. This one's a hard one. Okay. You might have to move the teeth into you a little bit just because of the contact. Okay. So top hand goes. Make sure that this one you're just going to get through extension because it's kind of hard to stop at contact. Okay. So try it. It's hard. I promise you, it's a hard one. Go. Okay, so why do you think it went in the ground though right away instead of through the middle? Yeah, like your wrist is down and your barrel's pointing down. So really keep, it's gonna feel really comfortable, but this leg should like really continue to go straight for as long as it can. It's gonna feel like the fat's coming out of the end. Like it's gonna feel like it's done, so get to contact. When I get to go, it should be like that rather than like that. Okay? Yep. Try again. That's right. Try to stay quick because the slower you go, it's actually harder it is. Good. Quick. Good. Alright. Make sense? Stand up. So now you're gonna use the inside of our back. You're gonna use 2 hands. So I put the T a little higher just because that's a short back. Okay, so go ahead and set up. Yep. Get to your 2, so your hip trigger good. Okay, so notice our hips are there. Hands are good. Okay. So this time you're gonna get through contact, but make sure that when you get to contact, you actually move your hips. So it shouldn't be like this. It should be, yeah. But still try to see this. Okay. So those are really great extension holds. See if you can stop a little sooner than that. Good. So, and that's great because you're going through contact and you're going to the see what an extension hold would look like through your 2. Push. Yeah. Good. Okay, so now you start from your 0, so like your steps are, you're just loading on your own. Make sure you actually get to your 2 though instead of like just turning to turn. Contact extension, but make it a little smoother when you swing. Like make it a real swing. Yeah. Good. Okay. When you see this ball on the tee, make sure that if you ever feel like you're hitting the tee or you're hitting like the ball on the ground, adjust your eyes first. Like don't try to change anything physically. So like I always put the ball either racetracks going that way or this way. So when I put them this way, if you feel like you're looking at the middle of the ball, because we shouldn't be just looking at the ball, we should be looking at a specific point. Okay, if you feel like you're hitting it too like high, just take a look at the bottom seat, right? You feel like you're popping up too soon, just try to hit a little bit more on the top. And then if it still doesn't work, try to make some physical adjustments, but look at the ball first, or yeah, to go through the zone. Okay? Good job. Okay. Skinny bat. That's way lighter than your bat, so you should be swinging really hard and quick. Okay. Yeah, we'll go through. Let's do extension holds for like 3 or 4. See if we can get it going, and then we'll do full swings and just talk about your finish. Okay. Okay. Extension. Can you hold?
Yeah, sorry, I was going over.
Can you hold your extension? Okay. Extension's okay, but like if so keep your hands here, but let go of the bat. So your hands are like palms to the sides.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want your hands to be palm up, palm down as long as possible. So really think about driving this back wrist through the upside this direction. Not enough where you're gonna pop up.
Yeah.
Right, but that should be that wrist should be breaking through contact and then around, because eventually like when the ball actually has spin on it, if you do this through extension, you're gonna miss hit more often than solid. So see if you can hold that extension with your top hand. Right there. Okay, extension. Better. Good. One more. Okay, full swing. See if we can get our ball to go a little higher through at a line drive. Good. One more. Swinging hard every time. What happened? Yeah, hand went underneath. So, yeah, we want to go through extension, but make sure that our wrist is still getting through contact at that point. Wait. Jump. Okay. Who's ready? Okay, knee to knob. Okay, it's literally what it sounds like. You're going to put your knee to the knob. Yeah. Yep. So your goal is to this left-handed knee too. So when you come up, make sure that your back starts in the middle of your body. It doesn't start like where you would hit. Okay, you're going to bring this front knee to the knob of your bat. You're going to remain balanced on here, and then when I stride, this foot and this hand is going to separate at the same time. Yeah, instead of it being like, yeah, like super awkward. Right, so we're gonna go knee to knob, separate, and when I get to here, I should be in a really good stance. Like my hips should be flexed, my toes should be on the ground, my heel should be up. This leg should be loaded like 60-40, 7-30. Okay? Math. Okay? So when I get there, the first couple rounds, you're gonna go knee to knob, sit, I'm gonna say hit, and then you'll hit. Okay? And then after that, once we feel like we're good, we're gonna make sure that we do it all together. Biggest mistake that kids make with this one is that when they do it, they go like this. And they just put, is what I like to, the sound I like to make is when their foot goes straight down. So what you can hear, boom. Okay? So do a couple where you pause at your one, your step, and then we'll go from there, okay? So knee down. Hit. Good. Knee down. Hit. I'm going to move the tee out because it looks like it's a little close. Get your hands out a little bit more. One more. Knee down. Set. Hit. Okay, so now you're going to go on your own. You're going to make sure that you still stay on that toe when you go. And see if we can try to get the bottom seam so the ball goes a little bit more in the air. Okay? Right. Good. Two more. Hit. Good. One more. Nice. Yeah, Kinsey? Okay. So half a more. Make sure that this drill is used for power. So don't just swing the swing like we're really trying to get our hips through, okay? So actually start up where you would swing on a normal bat. If that's it. Is that the team or should we do? It's a little bit closer. So you're going to take a step behind really close to your feet. And then you're going to take one more step back. That's where you're going to start. Maybe a little bit. Give yourself a little leeway. Good. Okay, so that's how I know where to start. After that, really quick without the ball, we're going to take a practice swing. So you're going to step behind, swing, okay, good. Make sure, because when we step behind, do you remember why we step behind instead of in front? Yeah, because if I step in front, my hips start to open, and then I don't have to close them again, just don't open back up. Okay, so when I step behind, make sure I still keep this flex position with my hips. Set. Front heels up. Okay. See if we can do a couple. Hard as you can. Got it? Go for it. Keep your chest down on the ball. This is a really easy drill for us to like. When we step to those like this, the ball will go down because our barrel is going down. Okay. Keep your chest down and go through. Better tap for a ball, right? Good. One more. Good job. Nice. Well done. So this drill, no look tee, which means that you don't get to look at the ball until I say hit, okay? So the big part about this is that you have to know what you're doing, but I also, as the my partner, have to know what we're doing, okay? So like, that is where the middle, so actually you get to set up where you would set up on the plate first. Okay, so that's where you would set up, right? So I know that when you hit a middle pitch, it's gonna be right there. When you hit an inside pitch, it's gonna be further out and higher. And when you hit an outside pitch, it's going to be right off of your front leg. I know that. Okay, because I'm really smart and I know I'm so smart, right? Okay, so no look tee. You're going to load and get your set. So you're going to get your set here. You're going to close your eyes, and I'm going to put the tee on one of those locations. And I'm going to say hit. You get to open your eyes and hit it. Please look at it though before you hit it. And some girls not do that. Some girls were like trying to hit it and swing. I was like, that's not it. That's not it. We're not that good. Okay. So, okay, so give me a little set. Hit. Okay, make sure you have. Make sure you don't get jammed up. Okay. One more set. Hit. Good. Good. Nice. Okay, those are all contacts though that you should swing at, right? Like that's a really perfect inside pitch, middle and outside pitch. So now I could put it there, or I'm gonna put it maybe in a location that's not so friendly. So maybe it's in a middle pitch, but you were early, or maybe it's a middle pitch and you went late, or you're jammed on an inside, or you know that kind of way. And it might be a little higher or lower than that. Okay, so you really just have to see ball, hit ball. And it's off of you. Well, I'm not going to make it super dramatic. I'm not going to put it like 16 feet out there. I'm not going to make it so you hit other people that are hitting, right? But we'll see what we can do with that. Okay.
So weird.
What's that?
Well, we'll be in senior records.
Hit. Got a little too out front for a middle pitch, but it's all right. Go ahead. What's that? Hit. Nice. Damn job. One more. What's that? Hit. Good. Too out front, so we look crazy. Good job. No lip. CEF. You can do this drill with literally any bat. You can do it with your bat and a real ball. You can do it with a skinny bat and with balls. You can do it with the insider bat. You can literally do it with any bat. But we're going to do it with the real balls. Okay? So, CEF, contact extension full swing. Okay? If you don't know what you're doing right away, so like this is like the first couple times you've done this drill, I recommend doing like contact for 5, extension for 5, full swing for 5, just to kind of get repetition. If you know what you're doing, do contact 1, extension 1, full swing 1. So we're gonna, you don't really know what you're doing yet. So we're gonna do 2 or 3 in a row, and then we'll go from there, okay? So from, and this drill also you can do like from 0, or you can do it from like 2, or you can do it from 1. So that's why I also like this drill, okay? So we'll do it from 0 though, because you got it. So contact, hold it for a second so we know we're good, and then we'll do it. Okay. Logan, is that the right contact spot? Good. Notice your bat literally stopped right above instead of forward. One more contact for me. Great. Okay, so can you go back there actually? So make sure that now we're doing extension. The only thing that's different is now your bat is going like that. Okay? A lot of girls want to go from here and go over there. Okay? Your barrel should be pointing towards second base and should still be in our slot line in front. Okay? So we'll do extension for 3. Like if I put that in slow-mo, you could still see your contact point. That was really good. Bottom of the ball. Good. All right, 3 full swings. Okay, so put it all together, feel your contact through your extension. And now this is literally, like, nothing part of this is hitting the ball, right? It's just working on finishing and sticking or finishing. Oh boy! Ooh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there we go. One more. Right, so now that Rachel's a pro, we're going to do it 1 time. So you got 1 contact, 1 extension, 1 full swing. Hopefully this feels better about it. Extension. Full swing. Nice. Job. Love that. Make sure you're just a little closer to the plate. Okay? So clap T is where the first clap, so again, you have to know what you're doing, but I as a partner also kind of have to know what I'm doing, so that's the trick part. So first clap is going to be your load, so you're going to like load and set, and the second one is when you know to go, to hit, okay? So fastball should sound loading, right? Changeup should sound just a little pause, so if you don't hear that second one, don't swing. until I do it. Okay? So we'll try it out. So you don't know what's coming. Okay? But with this drill, think fastball. Because a lot of girls like to have fun and they like to do the change up a lot. But it's like 99% of the time you're going to get that fastball, but we have to be able to react to a change up. So like out of 5 balls, you might get 2 change ups for this drill. So just make sure that you're really focused on like going right. You ready? Yeah. Okay. Yep. This also makes you like think and have to swing at the same time. So it's like you gotta make sure that you just feel it. You don't let it think too hard, right? It's just clap, clap. Okay? Good. So you should be stopping here. You might have a little bit of your 2 going on, which is fine, and then it's 3 hands out as hard as you can. Good. Let's go again. Got it. Good. One more. Think fast while reacting. Good. Right? So we can work on hitting the bottom of the ball and work on stopping, but that's really a timing drill for you to make sure that you're like, hey, I'm actually like doing these steps, swinging through, and I have something that's unpredictable coming at me. Okay? Job? Job? I want to do like 2 in the middle, 2 or 3 like here, and 2 or 3 here, just so we can talk about like when you get to contact, that's why you're where you are. Like, because a lot of girls will put the tee out here, so when we get to contact, like slow mo, it's like, and then they go back and swing. I'm like, did that look like it was a good spot? Okay, so slow mo tee. So you're gonna start like from 0 where you're at. Okay, you're gonna step in, load. And you're just gonna go really slow all the way down to contact through all of your steps right behind the ball. Okay, so this is telling me that this is probably too close. Ooh, okay, I got it, don't worry about it. Okay, so ball goes here, because our wrist shouldn't be that far in a middle pitch. So we're good there, okay? So let's start over. Sorry, just the tee first. So you're gonna go really slow down contact, all the way down, great. She's going to get here, and then she's going to go slow all the way back to where she was, and then she's going to hit. That was so good, right? And I love this tee because how you get to contact should be how you leave, and then it's just like muscle memory on the way back, okay? So go ahead and go again. Slow all the way down. Feel every step, so 2, all the way down, good whip at the ball, good back, and then hit. What do you do? Great. Your whip was perfect on the ball. Look at you go. Okay, I'm quizzing you. Where should that tee go if it's an inside pitch? Yep, so I'm gonna move it out here, up and in. Okay, so just make sure though that we don't pull it really hard, still keep your hands through. So I love the slow-mo tee with this one too, because then you have to make sure your contact's right. So if that tee's not in the right spot, we'll know on your first slow-mo, okay? So go ahead, slow all the way down to contact. So is that in the right spot? Looks pretty solid to me. Go back, hit. I'm gonna move it in just a little, be more of a strike. Okay, go again. Yeah, not so much a ball. So all the way down to contact. Great. Back. Through. Yeah. Outside pitch. Where should that tee be? Yep. Off the front leg and the back, so it's a little diagonal. So same thing. A lot of times I like to do that so I don't actually move the tee over. Go ahead. Slow all the way down. Is that good? I think so. Okay, back. Hit. One more. Back. Through. Great job. Can I show you one thing with the ball? So can you come on this side?
Yeah.
I didn't put the ball the way I would have on an inside pitch. I put it a little bit more towards you. So you're still focusing on hitting that middle, so we can still make like visual adjustments. Inside pitches, I would have turned the ball back a little bit so that you can see that. If you're having trouble of not hitting the inside of the ball, so get to contact for me. Okay, and this ball just keeps going way too far that way. which means that I'm maybe coming outside. I put the ball with the seams here. So I'm like, hey, you're hitting this outside seam. Really focus on hitting this inside seam. So visually, you're looking at that inside seam and really thinking to go inside the ball through. So depending on like what is your issue, like maybe you're hitting it too high or too low. That's fine, then we're gonna use these. But say you're like hitting it on the outside or the inside too hard, we're gonna use these for like a visual part, okay? All right, good job. Noodle's gonna be right off of like her back side, okay? So, noodle tee. This is really going to help your back tuck be on the plane that it's supposed to be, okay? Because a lot of girls, when they set up, their first motion is this, and they keep their barrel too high, and then they're going to swing down, and then they try to pull it back up, okay? So our goal is to keep our hands here, but then have our barrel underneath so that I actually have a good path through. So when the line drive, and line drives when we get older aren't straight. They're up and through, like the middle of the piece, okay? So, just because I don't know if you've ever done this tee before, let's go slow-mo to the tee. So really feel it underneath that noodle and then come back. Way slower than that. Okay. Go again. Up, slow. Back. Hit. Good. Yeah, barrel goes underneath the ball. Sorry, Brooke. So then if you're like, okay, you were actually kind of close to it, it's a good path, but we can maybe lower just a little, but not a ton. Whoa. All right, try again. Good. And you can move this as close to you, as far away from you as you want. So like if you're really casting your hands, so we put our hands out, the closer this noodle is to you, like you're gonna understand, oh, I'm hitting that, even though my barrel's going underneath. So really keeping your hands on the inside, okay? One more. Back. Hit. Hit on the back side. Sorry, good job. All right. Okay, funky hand. So setup actually normal, so people know how to get it. You're gonna take this hand and you're gonna twist it around the top side. Yep. So the purpose of this is to really pull hard with your bottom hand, but not to cast out to try to like pull across. Like you actually have to be strong, and then once you get to contact, so you're gonna pull. Once you get to contact, really pushing with that top side. Okay, you ready to go? Go ahead. That's hard. It is hard. Some of these drills aren't surprisingly supposed to be easy. Try again. Don't hit top. Try not to. Good. Yeah. And a little bit. That was better. Positive self-talk. There you go. Better. Good. Better path. And a couple more. Feel that front hand with that back hand. Like, pull, push. Pull, push. One more. Good. Just get a little bit more of the outside of the ball. Nice. Within it, so it'll be good to see what you feel. Okay, pendulum tee, probably my second favorite tee ever, because a lot of kids in high school, like, you guys have a tendency of going here and then swinging rather than like that first. Yeah. Super weird, right? He's like, what? Okay, so pendulum tee really works on like that second step. So, yep, what you're gonna do is the pendulum, you're gonna get your load set, then you're gonna get your two. Awesome. Go back to your load set, two. Back to your load set, two. And then on the fourth one, you would swing all the way through. Your goal about this. One, your hips look great because a lot of kids do this with their hips. They just slide instead of actually turning on the inside, okay? But I also don't want us to like squish the bug. Okay, you like drove and turned, which is great. 2, go ahead and do your load set 2 for me again. Her top half, your top half's still straight, and it's not like turned. A lot of kids will like do it at the same time. So it's like, nope, only your top half, or bottom half's supposed to move. You did that well, but I can't remember. Okay, so you're gonna swing. You can do this as many times as you want. So like, I like to start with it with 3, swing on the 4th. But if you feel like you're getting into it, go 2, swing on the 3rd, 1, swing on the 2nd, and then you're both swinging to the end. Every single pendulum, every single 1, 2 should feel the same. So if you get to the point where like all 3 of them felt different, don't swing on the 4th, just stop, reset, and then go again. Okay? Go ahead. Boom, 1, 2, 3, hit. Drop. Do 1 more for me. 1, 2, 3, and hit. Great. Good job. Okay, so the thing that you can do though with this pendulum drill, 1, you can put it at different locations, which is great. But when you hit this pendulum up here, make sure your hips are going just as hard, but your hands are staying through. You have to go all the way down, make sure your hips are going just as hard, but your hands stay here and let your barrel into it. Okay, good job. Love that one. Okay, so step back T. So you're gonna start where you would normally set up on the plate. Okay, step back T is all about like feel and like rhythm. So you're gonna make sure that you're in athletic stance, you're good. You're gonna step back with your right foot. Your right foot. Yeah, it's like a hop. So you're gonna step and then you're gonna plant. Okay, good. So when you get to that one, you should have your heel up and you should be in an athletic stance here rather than like front. Okay, and then you're just gonna swing. Okay. You can make sure it's smooth though. It's not like, we're not like trying to get our feet down real quick. It's feel that like that coil in your back side. Okay. Really feel balanced on that front leg. All right, so that's step back. Step in is where you're going to start a little bit further off the plate. Okay, you're just going to do the same type of like rhythm, but you're going to step in. So all you're going to do is you're going to feel in and then feel that. Again, it's just literally about feeling where your base is. Go ahead. Slow that front side down a little, so you can get a little bit more of like a load in our back leg before we put it down. That. Through extension. Okay. There we go. So anytime you challenge somebody with a different size bag and a different weighted part of the ball, it really forces you to be like, crap, I actually have to like focus in and get to contact solid. Try again. Better. Good job. Drive your front elbow through all the way to your slot. Push. Good. Good. One more. Good. Let's try it with your top hand. I don't know how well this is going to go. For me either, because I don't feel like we usually do this with our top hand, but you can. Really, yeah, when you get to contact, make sure it's not, yeah, you're going to feel really awkward when you're done. Okay? Alright, get to 2. Push. Good. That should bring it. Okay. Push. So, we're hitting, yeah, the outside of the ball. So that's why it's going down and in. So really focus on getting your barrel inside the ball rather than around. So I'm going to put the laces here, really trying to get that inside seam. Yep. Push. Yeah! That little adjustment, you hit the inside seam so it went straight instead of around. Okay, is that? Woo! Good job.
Basically can't throw.
I can't throw anymore.
I can go underhand still.
I do it.
I go overhand and then just.
It's just like that. Yep, that's all it is.
It's because I can't go soft. I just want to go.
Oh my god, you're not gonna put Kinsey Newman in the middle? You're not gonna put Kinsey Newman in the middle of the goal? Okay, you're right, okay, so we're gonna do extension holds middle, inside, outside, like each line, and then we'll do so we'll do extension holds low, extension hold full swing, extension hold full swing, extension hold full swing. Okay. So this one, you might want to change where you're at, just to where the contact is, because that's the biggest deal. Like it doesn't matter how she hits on this. This is a really big one on like making sure, like you know where to put the tee. It's like a drill, but it's like not. This is like stuff they should know. So if they don't know, this could be part of it. Okay, so set up where you set up. So every kid sets up differently. So like you set up and you line up. Where do you line up usually when you go? Like do you line up the back, front? Okay, so you line up in the back. Yeah, you line up in the back of the box. Okay. Some kids line up in the front, so put your front toe there. Okay. Some kids even go a little further up because the box is heavier that way, so they line up in like the really full front. Okay, so based off of where this person stands, they should never stand like in the middle, and this tee should move with every person that is in here because that contact point for you isn't the same as when you're all the way in the back. Like it's different, right? So if you're so you're in the back of the box. So for your sake, your middle. It's going to be a little bit off of the foot. So how you can check this, get the contact for me. Don't hit it though. Okay? So her, again, shoulder, elbow, hip, and knee should all be in line. Her hands are good and her barrel's behind. It's not too far, like her barrel's not too far out, and she's not like so far out where her hands are here. So that's a really good placement for your middle pitch. Okay, so from there, inside pitch, you're just going to move it up to the left. Your hands are going to still stay in its slot, but you're just going to go out just a little bit more. So I know that's good. It might be a little too far out for you, so we can move it in a little. So we can bend this back arm just a little bit. Good. So there's that contact point. Okay. If it's high, technically that's still a strike, and we swing at those, which is great. Okay. Yep. So we're out in front. Inside pitches, though, I can give myself a little more room, especially high pitches. So we're still good. Your things are still fine. Your elbow might be a little further out, but that's okay. Okay. Outside pitches. Okay. Yep, your hands are going to be in front of your barrel. Back, depending on outside pitches, high or low. Sometimes you want to hit outside pitches to get it higher, a little bit more square, rather than back around, so you can foul these off. Okay. But if they're lower, you can let it get a little deeper. Let your hands travel longer so that you're there and pushing out that way. Okay, so I do want to talk about, I want you to hit the high pitch once or twice, low pitch, high pitch. This is two extension. Do one extension, one full swing. Okay, so a big thing about attacking a high pitch that's different than a low pitch or a middle pitch is when you set up with your hands have to stay here no matter what. Because you don't know what pitch it is yet, or it might move, right? So your hands are going to stay here, but as soon as I see that still, I have to stay through this way. Okay? When it's a middle pitch, I can get here and I can drop them a little, but I'm not bringing them down. But if it's a low pitch, I have to drop them a little more and let the arrow move the ball. But we're never moving our hands to the ball because you don't have time to know what that is. Okay? So try an extension hold with that barrel that high. So if it goes too high, that means means our U is too big. So make sure your barrel doesn't drop enough down. You can't hit it the same way you would a waist high pitch. Okay?
Is this full swing?
Sure. Better, way better path through. Okay. So low pitch. So I'm not saying you should drop your hands. I'm not saying you should drop your hands. You should still stay in this area, but your barrel is going to take it to the ball. Okay. Go ahead and extension hold. This is a hard pitch to hit. Full swing. What part of the ball does it hit? Or to go down or down? Top. You hit the top, but also down outside. Really hit the middle. Let's do one more of those. I'm going to set up your seams so that you can hit that outside seam. Good. Adjustment. Okay. So, same thing. Same thing. Okay. Same thing. 3 hands. Passes even. Okay, a little too high, right? Make sure that you're good. Even it out a little. Swing. Good. Okay. Low pitch. Same thing. This one's even harder because you're going to want to like outside. Keep your hands still inside. Let your barrel attack through that outside edge. Good. And then you go full swing. Good job.
Oh, we got like an